Hello everybody, welcome back to the Craft Beer Hub. I've got another beer review for you, and it's one of those Beers of Europe beers that you would have seen me unbox a couple of videos ago now. And it is from Schlenkerla. Is it Yeah, it's Schlenkerla. I never managed to say it correctly. Schlenkerla are a brewery from northern Bavaria. They are from a town called Bamberg, and they were founded in 1405. And they're probably most famous, Schlenkerla, for the Rausch beer that they do, which is a smoked beer. So they smoke them all, I believe. Double check this, but I believe that Schlenkerla actually smoke their own malts rather than buy them in. Double check that, fact check that. But smoking a malt basically is what it is. They smoke. They've got wood smoking underneath. That smoke goes up through the malt, and it basically penetrates the malt and gives you these lovely smoky kind of. Some people say bacon, cheesy, and you're not too far wrong in my opinion with those descriptions, but sort of some bacon, cheesy, smoky, woody flavours. And yeah, their Rausch beer is probably the most famous beer that they do. It's worth saying though that obviously they're famous for their smoked beers. This technically isn't defined as a smoked beer. I did have a look on the internet for this information when I bought the beer about 10 days, 2 weeks ago. And they talked about this Helles beer. And it's not actually described as a smoked Helles because they haven't used smoked malt in this. However, on the internet, it does say you pick up some smoky tones, but that's actually from the brewing kit that they use, because I think it's the old kind of copper fermentation vessels and bits and bobs that they use in the brewery that they use for the smoke side. So I think a lot of this kind of picks up a bit of residual smokiness from the brewing kit. So it'd be really interesting to see how that works. It is actually a Helles lager. It's 4.3%, and like I said, I got this from Beers of Europe for about £3, £3.10. Somewhere around there. Obviously delivery on top, unless you go there, of course. Beers of Europe are sort of just south of King's Lynn in Norfolk. If you ever want to make a visit, they've got a tap room and a restaurant there as well. And probably one of my, like I said in one of my last videos, probably one of my favourite places to buy beer from, especially at the moment with where my tastes are, and I'm all about the European stuff. Anyway, enough babbling on. I've got a Bitburger glass here that I feel is probably going to be quite good for the review. It's got a widget, or it's nucleated at the bottom, so it should provide some nice fizz. Let's get this bottle open then. It's lovely kind of classic blue and white Bavarian. They're the Bavarian colours. Lovely old classic bottle design, short neck bottle, very, very traditional. Let's get this open. Boom, lovely smoky bottle opening. And see what we get. Obviously, Helles to me is a very clean beer, very crisp, very malty beer. So I'm kind of interested to see if I can pick out these smoky tones. I've got quite an acute sort of sense for that type of note in a beer. I'm very good with that, but sorry, not so good with other notes, but hopefully I'll pick it up. But what have we got? A very, very beautiful looking Helles lager. Lovely pale straw coloured beer, carbonation kicking off in there, going absolutely mental. Lovely 2-finger fluffy white foamy head. That just looks really, really good. Really, really good. It's been a while. Probably the last time I had a proper German Helles lager was probably around Christmas time. So this is a good few months after. I've been all into my Weiss beers recently. So yeah, really quite... No, I'll tell you what, I'm telling a porky pie. I'm telling a lie. I had a German Helles the other day. There you go, the Schneider Hell. The Schneider's Irish Hell. So I'm talking absolutely out my bum there, so I do apologise. But yeah, I do love a German Helles. So got a little hair in the glass from one of my dogs. Let's just get an aroma. Lovely bready, slightly grassy. Very malty, very obviously very malt forward as you would expect. Doesn't smell very smoky. That's kind of what I'm looking out for. Smells just quite sweet and clean and crisp. Doesn't smell. I'm not really picking up much of that smoke at all. Like I say, this isn't a smoked Helles, so you know there is a chance that I don't pick up anything smoky. But I did read on the description, or not so much the description. It was just a little bit about this beer and how it came to be, and a bit of the history about this beer. And like I said, it's not defined as a smoked Helles, but it does pick up notes. Let's just go in. Cheers, everybody. It looks amazing. I'm excited for this. Oh, it's in there. It's in there. Middle to the back. I was kind of thinking, where the hell is it? Well, yeah, as it develops, it is in there. But it's kind of one of the reasons I don't like reading beer review. I don't like reading beer descriptions before I taste the beer, because it kind of is where they said it would be. It is kind of lingering. It's never that smoky flavour is never one of the forward flavours. It's lovely, sweet and malty to start with. Carbonation dancing on the tongue. It's very bready and starts to turn lighter in the middle. And it's kind of at that point, once it's finished sort of tasting a bit bready, the smokiness starts to creep in a bit. It becomes a little bit grassy, if you know what I mean, kind of sort of straw-like, grassy. And the smokiness, it's right at the back, but it does, because the Helles style, there's not a whole lot of flavour for the smokiness to hide behind. The smokiness is very, very noticeable. But it's a blooming cracking beer. Very easy to drink. Very, very light. Very light beer. It's clean, it's crisp, it's as refreshing as you think. But then obviously what makes this different from a lot of others is that kind of lingering smokiness at the back. I mean, it is at the back. It's never really bitter, this beer, at all. Slight grassy, sort of, a slight grassy bitterness, I suppose, ever so slightly. But that kind of grassy bitterness is supported at the back with that smokiness, and that's just really, really good. Really, really refreshing. Super light. Yeah, perfect German Helles, really, with a nice little twist at the back. Yeah, that's just really good. And for £3 a bottle, I think the Hofbrau original is on the Morrison shelf. I think it was about £2.50. So for a little bit more, you're getting something like this. Don't think you can moan. Quick look at the bottle then. Very, very German. Looks like Olstadt Bamberg. That must be that kind of castle thing there, monastery, whatever they are. I don't think it's a monastery, actually. Looks like some sort of fortification or castle. That's probably where they brew the beer. It says Schlenkerla, the historic smoked lager brewery. Helles Schlenkerla lager is brewed with finest Bavarian aroma hops and lagered in the 14th century beer cellars underneath the Schlenkerla brewery and maltings. It is boiled in the same... Here we go. Okay, so I didn't read the bottle before. This was sort of something I saw on the internet, but they must have taken it from the bottle. It's boiled in the same copper kettles and bottom fermented by the same yeast as the classic Schlenkerla Rausch beer. Its subtle smokiness hence makes this Schlenkerla a unique representative of the traditional German lager beer type Helles. I'd absolutely agree. Yeah, absolutely agree. I'm kind of annoyed because I read the description, but yeah, overall really, really good beer. Not a whole lot of money either. I think you could do a lot worse than that. Great service from Beers of Europe. I think you order it and within sort of 2 days it's with you at £3 a bottle. You can't moan at that. Rating, it's just a very good Helles. The smokiness isn't sort of something I really want from a Helles, but I have enjoyed it here. I probably couldn't. I don't think this is the sort of Helles where you could sort of have 4 of these in one go. There are a little bit that they're not as sort of as pleasurable as others. Plot twist: the file on my GoPro died. So yeah, just around the Schlenkerla beer up, it was okay. This is a couple of days after actually. I've just realised it was a pretty decent beer. The smokiness was okay. I did drink the beer, I should have said actually, I kind of finished the review and I kind of went downstairs and drank it, and the smokiness did get on my wick a little bit, I'm not going to lie. It was a decent beer, but it's just as the beer went on and on and on, the smokiness did, as the beer warmed up, the smokiness did become more prominent, and that became a little bit of an issue in that it kind of took away the clean, crisp nature of a Helles, which I absolutely love. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I think I rated it 4 out of 5. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Sorry, a bit of a weird end to the video, but yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. Like and subscribe if you'd be so kind. I will see you on the next one. Cheers.